Okay, good morning. Today I will discuss the functional analysis, and that is the norm vector space. Some question will discuss for us and SSB also. This is applicable. Question number 30, up to question number 30 in functional analysis, I have already discussed in previous class. Question number 31. Question number 31 saying that X is a norm vector space. X and dash belongs to X dash. See, X and dash belongs to X and dash. We say X and dash is convergence weakly if X dash belongs to X capital X dash. If which of the following is true here? Just you recall the definition of the norm vector space weakly convergence. Weakly convergence, you can just remind the weakly convergence. Okay. Definition from weakly convergence. See, weakly convergence. We can remind here. And for each X belongs to X and limit n tends to infinity, X and dash X is equal to X dash X. Second condition, X belongs to capital X and X and dash belongs to X, and this not belongs to, because limit is there. This first one is true, but second condition is not true. Third condition also not true, and none of the above, that is also not true. So first stepness is right for these questions. So finally we have see that the if X is a non-vector space and X and dash belongs to X dash, n is equal to 1, 2, 3 dot by natural number, we say that X and dash convergence weakly. X complement belongs to capital X complement if it is satisfied small x belongs to capital X such that limiting value of X and dash X is equal to X dash X. That is the convergence, weakly convergence conditions. Then just come to question number 32. If X is a norm vector space, if X is a norm vector space and Y subset of X is a total, if it is a closed linear span of X, if it is an open linear span of X, if it is a closed linear span is not in X, none of the above. Just you can remind the definition of the norm vector space of total conditions, then that is true for A. If it is closed linear span in X, then just come to question number 33. A sequence X which contains the limit x1, x2 dot is said to have a limit ax if for each I 1, 2, 3 dot the sum of ai x is equal to k is equal to 1 to infinity aik xk. The C a limit conditions. This is a limit conditions. The is convergent and limit aix is equal to x is divergent and limit aix is equal to x is oscillating, none of these above. So just we can follow the a limit conditions. So it's convergent and limit of a ix is equal to x, that is from collect from definition of the a limit conditions. So option A is true here. That is the a limit sequence. Next question 34. Just come to 34 question. If A is regular, if which condition is true? If A is regular, then which condition is true here? Summation over k is equal to 1 to infinity aik less than equal to m, that is the first condition, and I is running from 1 to infinity for some m, limit aik equal to 0, and k is running from 1 to infinity, and limit m, k is equal to 1, limit m or k, that is limit k or I, limit I, n is equal to y to infinity, aik is equal to 1. So all of the above condition, which one is true? So just we can remind the definition from the irregular conditions. Irregular condition means that is first condition satisfied, summation of ai from definitions. From definition, irregular conditions, and that is the first condition is satisfied, limit aik equal to 0. Second condition also satisfied, limit I n is equal to 1 to infinity aik, that is equal to 1. So all the above conditions is true here. These conditions are true because that is satisfied for the definition of irregular. Then you will just come 35. If a is almost regular, if there is a fixed m0 such that a is almost regular, if there is a fixed m0 such that summation m is equal to 1 to infinity and modulus value of amn is less than m for fixed m, every m is greater than m0. For every greater than m0, that is one condition. Second condition, limit mn equal to 0 for every n. Third condition, limit m, n is equal to 1 to infinity, amn is equal to 1. That is the C, and all of the above conditions. Here is also just we look out the definition of almost regular from definition. Almost regular. Almost regular. So first condition, second condition, and third condition is satisfied. So that D option is true. All of the above condition is satisfied. So all of the above condition is true here. The next, if question number 35, if L less than equal to P, less than equal to infinity, and Q is conjugate to P, then which one is true? LP dash is equal to LQ and LP dash is greater than LQ, LP dash is less than LQ, none of the above. So first option is true. According to definition, LP whole complement is equal to LQ, not less than, not greater than, none of the above. So first option is true from definitions. That is question number 36. We recover this value. Question number 37. If X belongs to capital X, then norm in the space X, that is the inner product space of x of norm of X is equal to x square, norm of X is equal to 1, none of these above. Which one is true? So just that is also you can define. First one is true, second is not true, third one also not true, and fourth one is also not true. So which condition? Now inner product option A is true for 37. So next we'll come to 38. A vector space X together with an inner product space X is called inner product space, outer product space, closed space, norm space. So inner product space is true here. So 38 questions, that is inner product space. And just will come to next question number 39. X is called a Hilbert space. Then if X is complete under the norm obtained from its inner product, X is a complete space. X is a complete under the norm obtained from its inner product space, and none of the above. So Hilbert space is there. Hilbert space X is a complete under the norm obtained from its inner product space. X is complete under the norm obtained from its inner product space. Then X is called Hilbert space. If X is the complete under the norm, X is the complete under the norm obtained from its inner product space. Complete under the norm obtained from its inner product space. So option not inner product, under the norm, complete under the norm. This is both are the same actually. C and D, that is both case C and D same number is there. So that this first one is true and C also true. Economic definitions from the Hilbert space. Hilbert space saying that the X is a complete under the norm obtained from its inner product space. Complete X is a complete under the norm obtained from its inner product space. Then X is called as the Hilbert space. So this is the first theorem of the A and C is true here. Question number 40. Cauchy-Squarge inequality states that. What is the Cauchy-Squarge inequality? Now for every xy belongs to X, a norm of xy less than equal to norm of X into norm of Y, and norm of xy greater than equal norm X into norm of Y, and third option is less than only, and last option is equal to only. So according to definition of Cauchy-Squarge inequality, the first option is true. So that is first option, and which one is true here? So for every x comma y belongs to X, norm of xy less than equal to norm of X into norm of Y, that is Cauchy-Squarge inequality. True. The first option is true. Okay, friends. Today I will also started my online class. Online class for +2 science, mathematics. If you need, you contact 66 and 448 for this number. Okay. Thank you. Thank you to all.